Hello and welcome to the channel. My name is Annalisa and this is going to be a camping and reading vlog featuring some hikes, some sitting by streams, and some books. Mostly of the indigenous Polynesian authored variety, but a few others. I'm wasting time right now because my poor dad didn't check to see if the lights that hook from the truck to the camper actually work yesterday. So we found out today that they don't work, and he's very frustrated, so he's working on fixing that. It was good that we came back though, because I almost forgot my entire suitcase. So when we came back into the house while we waited for him to fix it, I saw that my suitcase was sitting in my room. So that's a good thing. So hopefully my poor dad will be able to fix it soon and be able to take off. We did set off initially earlier than we have in recent memory because I was rip-roaring to go, and this year I took over the list because we have forgotten some key items in the last couple of years, and so I took the list over from my parents. And so I was the master of the list, like, have you done this? Have you done this? Check this off. So we got going a little faster than we sometimes do, and hopefully I, with a little bit of input from my parents, did a good job on the list, and we will have everything we want to have when we get up there. We go to Mount Rainier every year because it's my favorite mountain. We go to my favorite campsite every year, and we try to camp along the same stream in that campsite every year because it's very good. There's a lot of privacy in that area, and I love streams, and it's just very good. Privacy is very important for me to be able to sit outside at all. So having undergrowth that blocks the other campsites is really nice. So yeah, I will check back in later. Hopefully we won't be at home anymore. So it's still Monday and we're at the campground. It only actually took 20 minutes for my dad to fix what was wrong with the lights. And we had a fairly nice trip up, completely uneventful. And now we're all settled in at the campsite. Going to have dinner soon. It took a while to calm down from the flurry of activity of setting everything up, and my setting up the camper really stresses my dad out, and I'm stressed out whenever anyone else is stressed out, so I calmed down by riding my scooter around the campground, and now I'm sitting by the stream, as you can probably hear, and that's one of my favorite things about camping, so I'm very happy now. I've been reading Strangeblood and Between the Deep Blue Sea and Me. I think that's what it's called. So Strangeblood is the sequel to Oddblood, which is a vampire romance sort of a thing with horror elements. It's considered cozy horror, and with like some action plotline type thing going on. And the sequel is similar. It has the romance plot, it has the horror in the background with the vampires being, you know, eating people, and then it has a threatening element that is coming to get our main character. It's kind of a mystery what it is, but I have a theory as to what's going on, so I'll tell you whether or not I got it right, but not what it is because no spoilers. But yeah, I'm really enjoying it a lot. The prose is awkward, but it's so cute and lovely otherwise that I don't mind. The prose in The Deep Blue Sea is also a bit awkward, but I am fairly interested in the characters, and to see where it will go, and it's only 180 pages, so shouldn't be too hard to finish.
Thursday, and we're moving out because there's an 80% chance of rain today, according to the ranger station. And we were only going to stay one more day, and all of the hikes that are nearby, we've either already done them or they are closed off because the road is shut down, because the road is damaged and there's been fires in the area and things. It's rained a lot this week. But yeah, we had a good day on Wednesday. Did a hike to Silver Falls, which is about 2.5 miles total, and it was very nice. We also went up to Tipsoo Lake, and I attempted that hike, the loop hike. I'm not sure what it's called, but it goes around the tip of the foothill and up around to a couple of other lakes and back down to Tipsoo Lake, and that was too hilly for me. I had to go back and wait in the truck, but on my way back to the truck, I got to see 2 chipmunks sitting in a bush and eating berries. I'm not sure what kind of berries they are, but they are round and a dark salmon sort of color. And they have white flesh inside, which I know because the chipmunks would grab one and then dart a little bit farther back on the branch where it was more steady, and they'd skin it, and then they'd eat the white flesh. It was very cute, and they did it for quite a while, like 4 feet away from me. And then this morning, I got to see a squirrel. He'd go dig, 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 dig next to a tree, and then he'd look up around to see if anybody was gonna come eat him, and then dig, 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 dig. And finally he came up with a big nut. It was big to him. It was about that big. And he started nomming on it. So that was very fun. I got to see some fun wildlife. I also finished 3 books. 2 of them I was already 50% through when we came up, and one of them I read the whole thing. So I will tell you about those when I'm back home.
I am really tired today, so I'm going to film this from the bed. So first I finished Strange Blood, the sequel to Odd Blood. It is a cozy horror rom-com, and I really loved the cozy elements. The mystery was a little bit interesting. I did know what was going on. I was right about what I thought was happening. And I really enjoyed the romantic elements and also the little family that the vampires have. 4.5 stars. Then I finished Between the Deep Blue Sea and Me, which is about a Hawaiian woman whose father had responsibilities to take care of some spiritual matters on Hawaii, and did not pass on the knowledge of how to do that to his daughter. It's not really explained why. Basically, he was a giant jerk, and her mother was also a bit of a jerk. But it's about her having to figure out, after he dies, how to handle the stuff that he left undone, and figure it out all by herself because he didn't help. And if she doesn't, there are quakes that are shaking Hawaii and destroying stuff. And I didn't like it very much. It was about 180 pages, and none of the characters were likable. Not the main character, not any of her family members, and characters really are important to my liking of a story. The plot itself was okay, but was very slow for, like, could have been done in half the amount of pages, and it was short to start with. So there just wasn't that much there. There was way too much introspection, and again, the writing was kind of awkward. Like, a character who starts out interesting doing introspection can be interesting, but if the character's boring and it's just introspecting all the time, it's boring. So 3 stars to that one. And then I read Hour of the Lion by Therese Sinclair, or Karis Sinclair. This is a paranormal romance, polyamorous, a woman and 2 brothers. So the brothers aren't sexual with each other, they're both with the woman. And I thought it was pretty good. Consent is very important, in this story, which sometimes is hard to find in paranormal stories. A lot of them can be quite rapey. So that was good to see, but it does equate arousal with consent, which is not how that works. People can be aroused and not consent. So, that's not great. And also it is submissive and dominant stuff with the man or one of the men being dominant, which is not my vibe, personally. But I liked most of the world building. Some of the world building is an excuse for some sexy tropes that get into consent issues that I do not like. But other than that, it was quite good. So I gave it 3.5 stars. The romance part outside of the sex was pretty sweet and nice, so I liked that. It's set in a small town in Washington, which is my state, in the mountains, and I really like those aspects. I really like the small towns, everybody taking care of each other thing. That's really nice. So that's what I read. Thank you so much for watching. If you'd like to leave an emoji, how about some sort of plant, like a tree or a flower, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye!